Hello and welcome everyone to Cafe. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Great to be back with you to share all of the fun and exciting events happening this week.
And there is a lot happening and also a lot happening at the Science Center as always. And we're going to send it on over to Amy Sweezy. Hi, Amy.
Okay. Ugh. I'm in the kinetic zone at the Orlando Science Center. And yes, these are the pulley chairs. Ugh, bet you can't guess why. I'm trying to lift myself up here. Ugh. I don't know if I can make it to the top. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing down there?
Yeah, it's not happening. Science is not my friend today.
All right, Jeff, well, how about you show me something else in the kinetic zone?
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, I'll be right down. All right, this is literally science in motion, Jeff. Tell me more about the kinetic zone.
Kinetic zone is all about physics, it's about engineering, it's about kinetic energy. All of Orlando Science Center is STEM, but what people kind of visualize when they talk about STEM is really right here in kinetic zone. All kinds of interesting opportunities like this Bernoulli table,
Magic.
which is using the power of air to levitate balls. We also have engineering challenges, which are challenging people to use their problem-solving skills, their collaboration, their critical thinking, all those important STEM skills.
I'm terrible at it.
This is my revenge on the pulley chair.
Right. Very cool. All right, so what else is in here?
We've got some simulators. We've got these great engineering challenges where you can create contraptions that go down a zip line. We play around with plasma balls and some of those traditional Science Center things. So there are a lot of physical science activities in Kinetic Zone that will bring back memories of probably Science Centers and museum visits that you went as a kid or when your kids were younger.
Right, and that's a good point too, because the Science Center, you always think about it's families with kids. Parents bring their children here, but it's really for all ages, right?
Yeah, there's no age limit on curiosity. So if you're interested in learning something new, come on down to Orlando Science Center. Also for adults specifically, we do Science Night Live, which is an adult night that happens 5 times a year, where on a Saturday night, we open up the Science Center specifically for adults with guest speakers, cool activities, and all the Science Center, but no kids.
All right, so you heard it right here. Bring your kids, don't bring your kids. It's all at the Orlando Science Center. Don't miss it. They are closed on Wednesdays during the school year, but open every other day of the week.
Yes.
There is always so much going on at the Science Center, and I'm really excited for their new Life exhibit.
Yes.
That's going to be opening up soon.
Huge exhibit, so I'm sure we'll hear more about that.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Well,
if you've ever wondered about the history of the History Center, your questions will be answered. History Happens Here, the story of the Orange County Regional History Center, will reintroduce you to its mission, the work that takes place in the center's different departments, and how you can use their services. The Lunch and Learn takes place on March 1st. You can learn more at thehistorycenter.org.
indulge your senses and immerse yourself in the ethereal realm of classical music as the Orlando Sings Symphonic Chorus presents Bach's Mass in B minor. Known as the crown jewel of the Baroque choral music, this work is a profound tapestry of intricate melodies, soaring voices, and celestial harmonies. The concert takes place at Steinmetz Hall inside Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts on March 1st at 8 p.m. And for tickets and more information, visit orlandosings.org.
Orange County Parks and Recreation will celebrate its 12th annual Mayor's Jazz in the Park on March 2nd from noon until 6 p.m. The lineup of talented performers includes the Jones High School Alumni Band, Dimas Sanchez and the Afro-Latin Jazz Project, soul violinist Omari Dillard, and lots more. This free event will be hosted by jazz personality Yvonne Coleman at Cypress Grove Park. Guests should bring lawn chairs and money for a variety of food trucks that will be on site. For more details, go to ocfl.net/parks events.
The Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra presents Carnival of the Animals, a fun children's performance featuring narration, fun activities, and more. Take a walk on the wild side with this timeless classic brought to you by the Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra's Woodwind Quintet. This musical menagerie brings music inspired by animals to life. This daytime show takes place March 2nd and 3rd at the Plaza Live. Go to orlandophil.org for tickets and showtimes.
It is that time of year where we all get really excited because you never know what you are going to find at the Central Florida Fair. And it is back, and he is back. This is Michael Tipton, the president and CEO of the Central Florida Fair. I was looking at the schedule. You guys somehow have managed to pack even more in than probably last year. So
we have.
Where do you want to start? From the food to the entertainment to the livestock? It's all at the fair.
We've got a lot going on. This is my second year of the fair, and so last year my goal was to not change much of anything, just see how it works, and we did, and we had a good year, better than the year before. And then we sat down and figured out what else we wanted to do. So this year we've got a free concert, several free things in the amphitheater, from a concert to a top 40 dance party, a step show. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. Our beer garden is expanded. We have 3 days of WJRR and a battle of the bands. Then we have like trivia night, bingo. We've got micro wrestling 2 nights. It was such a success last year with 1 night. We did 2 this year. And we've added a whole new section called Bizarre Boulevard, which it's just quirky, honestly. We've got everything from fortune tellers and tarot card readers to a haunted house, a pop-up escape room, and I don't know if you ever saw the video on the Netflix documentary about the last Blockbuster.
I've heard of it.
We have the last Blockbuster, so the actual store will be here. So.
Kids, there was a thing back in the day where you would have to go to a store and get an actual tape or DVD.
Yes.
So you guys have the last
We have
Blockbuster.
it. It's a funny thing how it ended up there, but they were in town last week. We got to talking and said, I think you'd be great at the fair. And they set it up at the fairgrounds last weekend. We walked in and all of us were just immediately back in like the 90s. And,
I love it.
Friday night when you go figure out what you want to watch. So you can buy a Blockbuster membership card.
I mean, I probably have one somewhere.
I'm
in
sure
the
I
back
have
of
one
a junk
somewhere.
drawer or something. Wow, amazing. So you've kind of blown my mind because I was reading about the Bizarre Boulevard where I thought, okay, I'm coming to the fair to ride the rides and eat the food, but I didn't think I'd be able to see chainsaw jugglers.
We got chainsaw jugglers, we got firewalkers, we have aerialists, we have you name it, it's there. Some strolling performers, everything from the sliders to the robo cars, the life-size transforming cars. There's a lot of stuff. And the food. You can't come to the fair without eating way too many calories.
I was going to say, what is the new trend that you're hearing about in fair food? Because it used to be the fried Oreos. I mean, like,
it's deep frying things that shouldn't be deep fried is the trend in fair food. But you know what? Last year we had a lot of people like me who have some dietary restrictions and can't eat gluten and things like that. So I'm no fun at the fair at all. There's no funnel cakes in my life anyway. But we have a lot of different food options this year. So I mean, there's something for everybody. There's a lot of different ethnic foods we have. And of course there's the deep fried Oreos. And last year there was chocolate covered deep fried bacon.
Oh, see, this is
yeah.
what I came here to understand. Chocolate covered
I know,
deep
it's
fried
everything
bacon.
bad for you, but so delicious. So.
But the thing about a fair, and for those of us who grew up going to the county fair, this is a 6-county fair with
It is.
Central Florida. So when we're talking about these activities, it's on another level.
It is. There's a lot. Last year was my first year, and I just wasn't quite prepared. But yes, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of history. We're 112 years old, and then there's the livestock in the back. That is the reason the fair was started. So you can see everything from guinea pigs to cows, and pet the cute fuzzies and talk to the kids that raise these animals.
Yeah, Yeah, I read that this is one of the largest youth exhibiting opportunities for livestock
Yes.
in the state. So
It
that's
is, yeah.
significant.
We have a lot of kids involved. Our livestock education manager does a fantastic job of getting all the kids, keeping them on track for their educational aspects of the program, and they win a lot of awards. And you know, they raise a lot of animals, and for a lot of them, this is what they're going to do.
That's really fascinating. So I tell you what, I feel like you could go to the fair every single day probably and see something completely different
You
and new.
absolutely can. Between the theme nights and the different activities we have every single day, yeah, there's a lot of different stuff there. And there's of course, you know, the acts people like to come and see. We've got the Frisbee dogs this year, and I'm looking forward to that because I love dogs. And yeah, we've got a lot of different options. So hopefully, come every night, find something new every night.
And you have so many people, I'm sure, that come from all over the state to this event. And this is going on for about a week and a half, right?
Yeah, 11 days. We start February 29th and we end March 10th. And yeah, hopefully people will come again and again and find something new each time.
I don't see how they can't. And obviously, my stomach was growling while you were talking about the bacon. So I feel like the food is going to capture your attention, bring you in the door, and then you'll discover whether it's a musical act or learning about the livestock. I feel like this just shows you everything that Central Florida has to offer, and it sounds like it's so different from really anything else entertainment-wise that's out there.
It is. I mean, you've got the rides like always, but we've actually even got some new rides this year. So you'll see some rides you haven't seen before. But I mean, where you know you can go to Disney and Universal any time of year. This is 11 days just once a year. So hopefully people will take a break from the usual and come and check us out. And, you know, we'd love to have everybody there.
Well, I hope that we have tempted you out there because, as you can see and hear, the Central Florida Fair has something for everyone. So Michael Tipton, the president and CEO of the Central Florida Fair, I didn't know this was only your second year, but it sounds like you had to be thrown in and hit the ground running.
I was hired about 6 months before the fair last year, so I had about 6 months to put this together and having very little clue what I was doing. But the staff is amazing. They've been there forever, and like I said, last year we kind of did the same old, and this year we decided to tweak it a little bit and hopefully entice some new audiences to come out.
I think you have done just that. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you guys would like to learn more, you can check out the Central Florida Fair's website. It is very easy, centralfloridafair.com. Thank you again.
Thank you.
In celebration of National Consumer Protection Week, the Orange County Consumer Protection Office is hosting an educational workshop on how to avoid scams, fraud, and illegal business practices. Taking the con out of consumer, safeguard yourself from scams, will be a forum featuring speakers from various state and county consumer protection agencies. This free workshop takes place on March 6th at 10:30 a.m. at the downtown branch of the Orlando Public Library. Go to ocfl.net/consumer protection for details.
The sights, the sounds, and the aromas of the Central Florida Fair are back for another year of fun. Along with all of the food and festivities, this year's fair will feature a canine Frisbee dog exhibition, a BMX stunt show, a haunted house, and Micromania wrestling. And that's just the opening night. It all takes place at the Central Florida Fairgrounds through March 10th, and you can get full details at centralfloridafair.com.
Every spring, the Florida Strawberry Festival rolls out the red carpet to welcome visitors from all over the state. They come to enjoy exhibits of agriculture, livestock, horticulture, food, and some of the best entertainment of the season. This year's headliners include Zach Williams, the Black Eyed Peas, the Beach Boys, Kirk Franklin, ZZ Top, Foreigner, Flo Rida, and many more. The Strawberry Festival runs until March 10th in Plant City. Go to flstrawberryfestival.com for details. Okay, rolling out the red carpet. And ever heard of them? Kirk Franklin, Black Eyed Peas. I mean, the lineup is crazy.
ZZ Top with the beards.
Their beards have got to be so much longer now,
right, exactly.
if they were that long
and
in the
gray.
90s. Oh boy. Oh, that wraps up this week of events. If you have one that you'd like to share with us for next month, send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Remember to join us next week to see what's new and exciting in your community.